Hey guys, for our Families with Disabilities project, we decided we wanted to do an interview with a family that deals with disability. My immediate family deals with disability every day. My brother, Gabe, who's 13, has 3 disabilities. His first disability is autism. Autism is on a spectrum called pervasive developmental disorder, and his autism is not otherwise specified, which means he doesn't have autism like Asperger's or abnormal autism. He just has autism. They're not sure exactly what kind it is. His second disorder is impulse control disorder, which means he can't control his actions. As soon as he thinks something, he does it. And his third disorder is he's mildly mentally impaired, or it's a severe learning disorder, and he learns very slowly. All 3 of these were diagnosed when he was about 9 years old. We've known from since he was about 4, but we were never able to find the right doctor to find the correct diagnosis. He was diagnosed with ADHD and with bipolar syndrome several times, and they tried a combination of medicines to treat those disorders, but nothing ever worked until they diagnosed him with autism, and he got the correct combination of medicines, and now he's doing all right. He's learning on a 2nd grade level right now. In his classroom, which is called Learning for Life. It's a program that Maryland offers, and it teaches kids like him with developmental disorders and with other disorders like Down syndrome and severe mental and sometimes physical incapabilities. They teach them life skills like making a sandwich or going to the grocery store and paying for your stuff, along with the normal things you learn. So Gabe gets one-on-one teaching time with his teacher. They teach at his level and at his pace, but a lot of times they bring his 8th grade work down to a 2nd grade level. So he's still learning the material that 8th graders are learning. He just doesn't learn it the same way because he's not at that level yet. He just learned how to read this year, and he's learning how to count money now, so he's doing very well. You're going to see some interviews with me and all of my family members talking about Gabe and how we have to cope with Gabe. And, alright.
Hi, I'm Gabriel Ford. I'm 13.
Alright, Gabe, what's your class at school called?
Learning for Life.
Do you like it?
Yeah.
Do you have only 8th graders in your class, or is it, what kind of people are in your class?
6th graders and 7th graders and 8th graders.
Awesome. Alright, what's your favorite thing at school?
Math.
And what's your favorite thing to do outside of school?
Recess.
What about when you come home from school? What's your favorite thing to do?
Video games.
Video games. Alright, what kind of things are you good at?
Baseball, basketball, and football.
You like sports?
Yeah.
Alright, and what are some things that are hard for you to do?
Science.
Science?
Mm-hmm.
Anything else?
That's it.
That's it?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, thanks, Gabe.
Yep.
Alright, when did you first realize something with Gabe was different?
When he was about 4 years old.
What'd you notice?
I knew after having 2 children, and he was my 3rd, that he just wasn't matching up in my mind to certain developmental advances, so we talked to the doctor to see what we could do.
Alright, what kind of support do you get from schools and from the government?
Well, the schools in Maryland, where we are now, get great support because the Learning for Life program and his IEP and other after-school programs and other assistance is available. We don't get any help from the government right now because our income is too high, but as soon as Gabe turns 21, he'll be eligible for SSI. The state of Maryland does offer some assistance for children with disabilities, but the waiting list is huge. And it's divided up into 3 parts, like crisis is the top, and then a middle, and then a low stress situation. So unless you're in crisis, you may or may not even get that assistance.
Alright, what was the first step you took to start getting Gabe help?
Talked to the pediatrician about some of his behaviors, and the pediatrician suggested to take an ADHD survey that we would take and the teacher would take, and that was the first diagnosis, but it was only through a pediatrician.
I am Raymond. I'm Gabe's father.
Alright, Dad, What was the hardest challenge for you raising Gabe when he was younger before they actually diagnosed him?
Not knowing exactly what was going on, that was very hard. There were some different diagnoses, and none of them seemed to really make sense, or he didn't fit the pattern what they were describing.
What was the thing that helped the most after they found like the proper diagnosis? What helped us, our family, the most?
Knowing what to treat and how to treat, and knowing the best way
I didn't take it out.
to try to help him is the best part.
Do you think counseling and therapy helps Gabe?
Yes, I do. It's helped all of us.
Our family has had to change a lot emotionally because of Gabe. We've gone through a lot of changes, and emotionally is a big one because we've had to change because of him, and our family dynamics have changed, so just our emotions by itself is a huge change. And the hardest part for me to cope with having Gabe as a brother is me not being able to fix him. I feel like a lot of the times that, I am his big sister, but I feel responsible for him. So the biggest part for me is not being able to fix him, and I feel really sad, and it breaks my heart that he goes through these things and I can't help him with it. But the only thing I can do is be a sister and love him and all that kind of stuff.